Hey everybody, this is Dr. Joe Borio, this week's Health Kick, and I had a great week. I just got back from work. It's Wednesday. I had an awesome day working in the office, I have to say, enjoying time with patients and practice members, and really trying to teach people about health and trying to lead them towards being healthier. And a big question that I'm having and a concern that I have in our society is cancer. I see so many people coming down with cancer, and you start to see now it's the second leading cause of death in the United States in regard to diseases. 560 to 600,000 people a year are lost to cancer, and we start to wonder. I have questions in my office. Hey, Dr. Joe, what is cancer? When we talk about different types of cancer, leukemia and pancreatic cancer and lung cancer and so forth, what causes it? And then you hear about these miracle cures that they have. Are there really cures for it? And is there a conspiracy and all this stuff? So let's first talk about what cancer is. What is cancer? That's the first topic that I think we need to handle. Cancer essentially is your body's the cell on the cellular level has lost the ability to control replication of a cell. So for the most part, all the cells in the body regenerate, meaning you make new cells in the body. So let's take liver, for example. You're constantly making liver cells. Your liver's regrowing, other body parts, your lung, and so forth are growing. And what happens is those cells, a group of cells in your body, lose the ability to control the replication. So rather than making a new cell, let's say every month, they're making new cells every day. And those cells are made so quickly, so rapidly, that the cell itself becomes a dysfunctional cell. The cell isn't really a liver cell. It starts off as a replication of a liver cell, let's say, but it's made so quickly that it doesn't have all the internal structures like it should. And then what it would be like, let's say Toyota is making a bunch of cars, right? But let's say the manufacturing of the cars becomes so high, and you've seen that with car companies, right? They start making so many cars so fast, the quality of the car drops, and therefore the car doesn't work properly. Then you get recalls and all that. But let's say they were making them so fast that, gee, some of them they forgot to put an engine in, some of them they forgot to put a gas tank in, some of them they forgot to put wheels in. Well, the car doesn't function. The car doesn't have any purpose. So it's functional in the sense it's alive, but it doesn't add to the function of the liver. So it starts taking up space in the liver of a bunch of dysfunctional cells that are sucking energy and blood and nutrients from the body. They're living cells in the body, but they don't have any control. They're constantly replicating and they have no function. They're not doing anything other than sucking the body of its nutrients and its energy. That's what cancer is. So why would cancer then grow? Most of the time, cancer grows from chronic irritation. Something that's chronically irritated, something that's constantly worked, if you will. So again, let's take the liver, for example. If I'm somebody that has a lot of toxic food, everything you put in your mouth goes through your liver. A lot of toxins in the body, a lot of chemicals in the body. Often will develop liver cancer as a result of the liver constantly and chronically being irritated. So the cells are having to replicate at a faster level. And as a result, it starts to cause the DNA, the structure that designs a cell, right? That blueprint that makes a cell, it starts to make the cell inaccurate. Mistakes start to occur in the DNA. And there's another issue, it's called, which we've addressed in other health kicks, they're called epigenes. Many of us have, we've heard it described as genes for breast cancer. There's a problem with that whole theory. The human genome hasn't changed for 40,000 years, number one. Two, everyone that has the breast cancer gene that's identified doesn't get breast cancer. And a bunch of people get breast cancer that don't have the breast cancer gene. So it's not necessarily the gene, though they do play a role. More often than not, it's the environment in which we live that causes the body to start making cancer cells. And anything that causes a chronic irritation will cause the cell to become cancerous. Let's take, for example, radiation. We're constantly being bombarded with radiation right now. We don't think about it. It's environmental radiation. It's at a low amount. Most of us have evolved to be able to tolerate the amount of environmental radiation. But if I add to that a lot of radiation exposure, for example, X-ray machines or large units that give off a lot of radiation, or exposure to atomic bombs, whatever, that radiation causes so much damage to the inside of the cell, so much irritation, that the cell then starts to replicate, loses its ability to replicate. And that may come from chronic exposure to radiation, or that may come from eating a little bit all the time, or that may come from one massive dose of radiation. But if I'm putting bad things in my body all the time, right, different chemicals, bad foods, over time it's going to start to cause damage to the cells. They replicate more rapidly, and as a result they lose the ability to control the replication, causes cancer. What's another thing? Right? Smoking, chronic irritation in the lungs, you're more prone to what? Lung cancer. People that eat lousy foods. Colon cancer isn't genetic, it's familial. You usually eat like your mom and dad ate, so as a result they had colon cancer, chances are you're going to get colon cancer. But it's from chronic irritation from the food that you put into your body. Same thing with pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer, much higher incidence of people that take aspirin. So you see all these people told to take aspirin therapy, it causes an increase in pancreatic cancer. That's kind of scary. Plus the pancreas gets sick from all the foods we eat. So bad foods, processed foods, pancreas has to release more digestive enzymes. It gets irritated chronically. 20, 30, 40 years goes by. Now we got pancreatic cancer at an incidence that's never been seen before in human history, when years ago it was almost never heard of. Now you got thousands of people coming down with pancreatic cancer. So that's what cancer is, and that's what it's caused. So the treatment of cancer is removing organs, radiation, heavy drugs. I'm not saying it should never be done, but what I'm saying, which would be much more valuable, if you really want to save millions of lives, we need to prevent cancer from developing in the first place. And that means your body already has mechanisms for it to heal. Your body already has mechanisms for it to repair its DNA. We need to work on allowing the body to repair the DNA and allow the body to stay healthy. That means what? Green leafy vegetables. You know, you don't have to be a vegan, you don't have to be a vegetarian, but you have to eat some living food once in a while. Ideally every meal, worst case once or twice a day, have an apple, have an orange, have a salad, have something that's alive, living food every day, and that's going to help out tremendously. Make sure you're taking vitamins that are high in antioxidants, vitamins that allow the body to free itself from the damaging effect of radiation or different chemicals that you put in your body. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Water, good, clean, healthy water actually allows your body to flush itself of toxins and so forth. Really important. Exercise allows your body to cleanse itself. Your lymphatic system, circulatory system, everything gets actually flushed and allows the body to work better. Another great one is sleep, controlling of your stress. Your mental state, a lot of stress in your mind, if you're not thinking good thoughts, will make you sick. And one of the last things, and a very important thing, is the adjustment. They take people with AIDS, they take people with white blood cell counts and so forth, and when you get adjusted, your white blood cells increase in activity and in number. So you're less likely, people under regular chiropractic care, less likely to get cancer. It also raises what they call serum thiol levels, which is a compound to help repair DNA. People under long-term care, they had to be under care for 18 months, actually had better repair to the DNA, less likely to have cancer, less likely to have the effects of aging. Amazing stuff. Listen, this has been Dr. Joe Borio. We're out of time with this week's Health Kick. Remember, eat well, exercise, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, right? Positive thoughts. You got to talk good to yourself. And remember, guys, you, your mother, your father, your grandfather, all your kids, everyone in your community, every coworker, they got to be under regular chiropractic care. It's spinal hygiene. You got to take care of your spine. It's going to rot. Just like if you don't take care of your teeth, they're going to rot. You don't take care of your spine, it's going to rot. Guys, have a great, healthy week. I can't wait to talk to you next week.